ALOHA is an international brand present in more than 40 countries with experience of over 30 years. We have a team of experts working day and night for the betterment of children, how learning can be fun and easy. That is what in ALOHA they learn in a very fun manner. ALOHA is a brain development program where children learn to calculate with abacus. Gradually, they don't need the abacus. They can visualize in their mind and do the calculations. Very simple mathematic operations for them when they start visualizing the abacus. And when they start visualizing the abacus, they use the right hemisphere of the brain. So all the benefits of right hemisphere like attention, concentration, photographic memory, creativity enhances by itself, resulting in a complete brain development program. So there's a big difference children who do aloha and who don't do aloha. So we have a scientific study that really proves how children who do aloha are really much more better when it comes to their career, when it comes to their studies, and not only in mathematics, it helps them in all their subjects in the school. These children are really quite different in a way that you can really notice a big change. The best part about Aloha is children get opportunity to participate in the competitions. We organize national competitions, international competitions. Children get this um, big global stage to showcase their skills that they have learned in Aloha. So these children, when they become grand champions, and they come back to the country, it's a big pride for the country. They feel so proud. And from Indonesia, already we have children who are international champions. This year in Cambodia, we had children who participated from Indonesia and they won. So this was such a moment of proud for Indonesia when the children from here who brought trophies back home. This all started, well, I'll tell you about how I came across Aloha. All this started back in 2007. I'm Indian, but shifted to Spain at a very young age. My children were born and brought up there. In 2007, my younger child, Ronit, was detected with some sort of deficit. So that was a moment where, as a parent, I felt, why my child? Like, it was the worst moment of my life, the feeling that I had, why my child? So I remember very well the teacher that I visited. Teacher called me and I was like, Ronit, what did you do? Nothing. I'm like, okay. So the teacher's first question to me was, are cows wild animals in India? I was like, no, it's like completely opposite. They are more sacred. So she show me Ronet's paper where the wild animals, cow, domestic animals, lion, snail. It was like I didn't know where to hide my face. So she was the first one to point that Ronet had some sort of deficit. He's not a normal child and we'll have to undergo some test. And as a mother, like I got so worried. But anyways, it was end of November nearly, and every year, December and January, we would come back to India to meet the family. So I told Titin, I'm going to India, December, January, might be when I come back, we do whatever necessary. She says, yeah, that's fine. But as a worried parent, all the time thinking, like, what shall I do? How can I help my child? I came across Aloha. Few friends in India like, why not try Aloha? Why not try Aloha? I said, okay, let's see. And I was lucky enough to find a branch very close to my house where I stay in India. And apparently that was a friend of mine. So I was like, oh, wow, Chanda, so happy to see you. Well, I heard a lot about Aloha. Ronit, they have detected with some deficit. I really hope that 2 months that I'm here, this can help Ronit. So that was the start. She wanted to explain me more about Aloha, but as all mothers, I was in a rush, like, here is your fees. My children, I'll see you later. 1 day passed, 2 days passed, 3 days passed. They were going Aloha until fourth day. I see Ronit with blinking eyes. Mama, what time is it? I said, what happened? I don't want to get late for my Aloha class. I like, okay. Next day again, Mama, it's 5. We have class. Okay, okay. But what's happening? I had never seen Ronit so motivated. And with him, my eldest son, Samir, there's a difference of hardly 1 year. They both would go together. So Ronit was so excited. It was like, what's happening? Like, Ronit, why do you like so much Aloha? Oh, we play so many games. So I was like, I hope 2 months here they are learning something, not just playing games. So that was the day I went and met the teacher, Chanda, like, what are they doing in Aloha? Ronit, I've never seen so motivated. So she tried to explain me, like, in Aloha, children learn in a very fun manner. Abacus learning is fun. We have a big dossier of games, all pedagogic games where children have some or the other benefit when they do those games. So for children, it is fun, play, but at the end of the day, they are learning. So that really comforted me. And 2 months passed by. Children were very much motivated with Aloha. It was time to go back to Spain. January end, we are going back to Spain. I went and met the teacher, and teacher was like, "Wow, they have been doing very great, very impressive." And she told me, "You come every year, December, January, right?" I said, "Yeah, usually I come here to meet the family." So she said, "Do you want them to participate in a national competition of India? Because when you come next time, every December, India holds a national competition." So, and I was like, okay, and what they need to do? Simple, 70 operations in 5 minutes. So I was like, 70 operations. And I looked at the boys and they were like, okay, if you both are ready, I have nothing to say. So, taking those sheets of practice and what all that they had to do, we went back to Spain. From January, we reached until June. The teacher never called me back, neither I had time to go and see her in the school. I remember the month of June, children had been practicing their aloha, and that was the first time when I came back to Spain. Ronit was the one to teach me, Mama, Mama, see how we calculate on abacus. One, two, three, four. I was like, wow, interesting. How you do? So he was the one to teach me how to use an abacus. And that was something very, quite interesting for me to learn until June. So it was time to collect the report card. I go and see the teacher. The teacher, I still remember her face with so many questions like, what have you done to Ronit? I was like, why, what happened? I see a big difference in this boy. See his same exam of science. I can't believe 10 out of 10, no mistake at all. He's not the same child. I see a big difference in him. What have you done? So that was the time I explained her that we found this course, Aloha. Children had been doing it. And she was the first one to tell me, Kiran, I have many desperate parents and children because of the children who are not doing well. And I see a big change in Ronit. Like, this has really worked. Can't you bring this to Spain? That was the time it came in here and went off. She was the first one I remember to say, bring it to Spain. Gradually, months passed by. I was quite busy with my own job that I had there. My husband was busy with the business until a point where we were talking to the parents and we would show off, like, oh, see how children are doing calculations 3, 5, 6, 8, 4, how much is, they would give you the answer. And all parents were like, can't you bring this here? It's really so good. It's like a magic. Until November, that we thought this is a good idea, that we should think about it. So Kamal, at that time, my husband, he thought of getting this to Spain with his partners. I was so busy preparing with children for their national competition December that we had to participate in 2008 December that we go to India. Samir would do all 70 operations, but it was difficult to see where he was making a mistake. He would always do one or two mistakes. Ronit, he would either his pencil will fall down or he'll, Samir, how much you have done? Like, we don't have time. Or when he will do 70 out of 70 all correct. So I wasn't sure how they are doing in the national competition. We reach India, national competition, and they both participated until they started to announce the prizes. First, it was according to the age, so Samir's category. They said third runner up, Samir Mutwani. So I was like, wow, Samir. And Samir was with a grumpy face. I expected to be first. I said, Samir, seen more than 2,000 children. Third is also very good. He goes, takes his trophy, and sits down. And then it was Ronit's turn. Third, someone else has had gone. Second, gone. First, national champion of India, Ronit Mutwani. That was the thing that really shook my heart, something that world stopped, and it was can't believe how can a child who was detected with deficit can be a champion of India, where there were more than 2,000 children. So something has happened, like something has changed our life. Aloha, and like us, there are so many desperate parents. So that was the time I spoke to my husband and we took a decision like something that we came across, we will share it to the world. And that is the reason we are today in more than 40 countries and really sharing this to the world that can really change the life of children. So since 2007 until now, we are 2026 already. Samir, my eldest son, has done his master's in aerospace engineering, now working in London and Bloomberg. So proud of him. And I remember last September when I was with Samir in London, his words were, Mama, you know, the best gift of my life that you have given me. I was like looking at him, apart from the birth, um, abacus in our brains. Like we feel so privileged having abacus whenever it comes to calculations. During my studies, it was such a big boon. Everyone would need a calculator to do the calculations, or they will need their paper pen. But I would just see the numbers and I could have the answer. So I believe this is the biggest gift of our life that you have given us, abacus in our brains. What a proud moment for a mother knowing that this has really benefited your children and, like Samir, so many children around the world. And now Ronit, the one with deficit, because of him, we are in Aloha. Last year, he finished his studies as international business in London, came across a call last year saying that, Mama, I would like to start Aloha in Germany and recently in Dominican Republic. So I was like, wow. And why Aloha, Ronit? So his thing was like, who better than me can know? And if he can join up together with us in this project to share this to the world. So it was again a very proud moment for us as parents when our child has decided to come into Aloha and help other children. So, such a proud moment, such a proud mother. And trust me, this is something that has changed our life, and really hope that it can help many parents to really help their children and come across with all these